Good morning and welcome to News at 10 on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor. Well, the job has been done. Indian Space Agency ISRO successfully launched a record 20 satellites into space in a 26-minute flight from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Andhra Pradesh's Sriharikota. That is a big story that we are tracking. Let's take a look at the headlines. ISRO completes its historic mission, successfully launches PSLV C-34 with 20 satellites on board. Southwest monsoon covers almost 50% of the country. Heavy rains and lightning strikes lashed large parts of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, killing 28 people. UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav rules out CBI probe into violence at Mathura, says the BJP unnecessarily hyping the issue. And North Korea continues to defy the world, test fires 2 missiles. While one of them fails, the fate of the second one is unclear. All right, the big story this morning, the Indian Space Research Organization or ISRO successfully launched a whole 20 satellites on board a single rocket from Sriharikota a short while ago. Now, PSLV C-34 carried the satellites, including India's Earth observation spacecraft, Cartosat-2, that will map cartographic information of the Earth's surface. The payload also included 19 other satellites, and of these 17 are from various foreign countries. ISRO has so far launched 57 satellites of foreign countries on 18 different PSLV missions. Now, it was a record of sorts for ISRO. The maximum number of satellites that ISRO has launched in a single mission so far was 10. Now, these satellites were launched on ISRO's at 9:25 a.m. from Sriharikota. The Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle PSLV C-34 was in its 36th flight. The co-passengers included 13 satellites from the US, 2 from Canada, 1 from Germany and 1 from Indonesia, as well as 2 Indian nano satellites. Now, these 2 Indian satellites are named Swayam and Satyabhamsat, developed by students of College of Engineering in Pune and Satyabama University in Chennai.
1, 0, +1, +2,
this mission,
+4,
and
+5.
we had excellently achieved a very high orbital injection accuracy using the new INS, the Mark 4A, where the new generation accelerometer is first introduced as in the operational mission of launch vehicle. And for this, in addition to that, the capability wise, as the demands is gone up largely, IASU have already realized more the capability, utilizing the maximal efficiency of the in-house as well as the resourcing. Industry partners, more than 10 launch vehicle missions systems we are able to reach. We have already reached the target, and more than 10 spacecraft missions capability we have already reached, and we are marching to increase this capability further. And today, the spacecraft high resolution cartography satellite, all inertial systems, I was told, has been functioning very well, and all systems functioned extremely well. On this joyful, happiest occasion, I once again express my hearty congratulations to all ISRO DOS colleagues to take ISRO to a higher and higher level to take our country forward. Thank you.
Let me also join my colleagues in congratulating Team PSLV for this fantastic success. A couple of months back, when we were reviewing the status, we never thought this launch is possible today from the schedule point of view, because a lot of work remained to be done. And I take this opportunity to thank the teams which worked day and night in BSSC as well as in IPRC Mahendragiri to ready the subsystems for this launch. In IPRC, we are also looking at more participation from industry in future integration of stages. And through this activity, we would like to increase the industry participation in the technology side also, so that they'll be able to come into the launch vehicle activities in a big way. The launch of 20 satellites and 19 small satellites especially points to a new business area that is being developed, and maybe this is of interest to Indian industries as well to look into that and may make plans to participate in future so that this can be tapped in the over the Indian skies also. So I once again take this opportunity to thank the teams, to congratulate the teams, and let us wait for more successes to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. First, let me compliment PSLV for successfully injecting Cardsat 2 series satellite into the orbit and another other 22 satellites into the orbit. Cardsat 2 series satellite, the fourth in the series, has joined its family with Cardsat 2, 2A and 2B. This satellite is the latest satellite in Indian remote sensing satellite with new technologies, and the satellite for the first time is having TDI mode of operation to carry out imaging functions. The satellite health is normal, panels have deployed, it has started generating power. In the coming days, we have series of activity on the satellite to calibrate various systems, to validate the functions of payload and its associated parameters. I wish the satellite will enhance the application areas in the cartography and will deliver more and more information required for the users. At this moment, I sincerely thank Chairman ISRO for continuous support and guidance given to us throughout the realization of this spacecraft, and also our Central Director as well as Director of other centers for their continuous support, and also all ISRO members who have supported this project directly or indirectly in all the phases of realization. Thank you.
Let me congratulate the entire ISRO team for the wonderful job they have done in ensuring that we have been able to successfully put all the 20 satellites in a record time. And we have a lot of activities ahead where we are attempting to complete a sequence of Earth observation satellites and also a geostationary GSLV Mark II, and along with Mark III later this year. And I wish the entire ISRO team wonderful days ahead. Thank you.
All right, these are the live visuals that we are getting from Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh, where the launch took place, and you just heard the scientists there talking about such a major achievement of ISRO, and they've hailed it as a historic moment for ISRO. Well, that is the one story that we'll keep tracking through the day. But let's move on in the bulletin now. Well, as part of the celebrations of the second International Day of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush has organized a two-day international conference titled Yoga for Body and Beyond, starting today. Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari will inaugurate the conference. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan, along with the Shripad Yeso Naik, MOS Ayush Ministry, Swami Ramdev, and many other dignitaries will also grace the inaugural session. Now, delegates from 32 countries are attending the conference that will see the participation of international delegates from 70 countries like Iraq, Afghanistan, Algeria, Malaysia, Spain, Russia, Portugal, Australia, and several other nations. Now, eminent yoga gurus, exponents and experts will extensively deliberate upon various themes such as yoga and physical well-being, insights from yoga scholars, yoga for body and beyond. Now, there will also be a panel discussion and an open-ended session on experience sharing by the foreign delegates. Meanwhile, the increased focus on yoga by the Narendra Modi-led NDA government appears to have improved job opportunities in yoga training. Well, according to a recent study conducted by ASSOCHAM, the demand for yoga trainers is likely to grow by 40% in the next couple of years. Even yoga tourism is fast catching up.
The big yoga push by the NDA government has increased the job prospects of those who have graduated in the subject. An increased awareness towards wellness and health-related activities has augmented this trend. Even small towns are seeing a big surge in enrollments for yoga classes. About 14.3 million people in India practiced yoga in 2013, more than double from the 6.3 million in 2001. Celebrities have also contributed to the popularity of the discipline.
We see that on an average, there is a 40% demand of the instructors in the corporate sector itself. And as the focus of the government increases and the layout and more awareness increases, it's likely to go up.
The government is also drawing out a roadmap to promote yoga as a product to attract more tourists in the country. It has also decided to give tourist visas and e-tourist visas to foreigners willing to undergo short-term courses on yoga.
Ayurveda, yoga will be the constituents of this project, and it will be boost India's economy and India's heritage. I think it will be good. We will get a good response from them.
India's yogic culture spread worldwide since Swami Vivekananda presented it to the world in Chicago in 1893. And after Prime Minister Narendra Modi proposed the idea, the UN General Assembly adopted an India-led resolution declaring June 21 as International Day of Yoga. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
And a weather update. Well, the southwest monsoon covered almost half of the country now, including Jammu and Kashmir, Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh. Heavy rains, however, lashed large parts of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, in which many were killed due to lightning strikes in the last 24 hours. Pre-monsoon showers lashed parts of Jammu Kashmir, Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh, with many areas witnessing moderate rainfall in the past 24 hours. The Met Office said widespread rains were expected in the region, with heavy rains at many places.
हिमाचल प्रदेश के लगभग सभी स्थानों में मानसून अप्रोच किया है। कुछ एक इलाकों को छोड़कर जो कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट सिरमौर, सोलन और ऊना के जो बिल्कुल लोअर इलाके हैं वहाँ पे मानसून अप्रोच नहीं किया। बाकी सभी जगह मानसून अप्रोच किया है और ये सामान्य से 4-5 दिन अर्ली है। आने वाले जो 24 आवर्स में हिमाचल प्रदेश के बहुत सारे इलाकों में बारिश हो सकती है और कुछ एक इलाकों में हैवी बारिश होने की भी प्रोबेबिलिटी है।
Heavy rains were also seen in many parts of Punjab and Uttar Pradesh. However, Delhi had a very humid day, a day after rains hit the national capital. Heavy rains also triggered landslides at several places. The Jammu Kashmir National Highway was closed, leading to long queues of vehicles.
ये आगे से कोई पस्सी गिर गई हुई है जी, उसके कारण ये सारा रास्ता रुक गया हुआ है। आवाजाही में बहुत ज़्यादा दिक्कत आ रही है। बारिश बहुत ज़्यादा तेज है जी, बहुत ज़्यादा तेज है और सुबह से 4 बजे से बारिश लगी हुई है।
In Bihar, at least 28 people were killed in lightning strikes in the past 24 hours as rains lashed the state. In Uttar Pradesh, as many as 13 people, including 9 minors, were killed due to lightning strikes and wall collapses after heavy rainfall in many parts. The Met Department has forecast rains or thunder showers at many places in western Uttar Pradesh and a few places in eastern Uttar Pradesh in the next 10 days. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Well, moving on, the Pathankot Air Base could come under a fresh terror attack. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs has reported this on the basis of reports stating that the terrorists could be hiding in nearby villages. Now, the committee was in Jammu to review the security arrangements on the international border and had earlier gone to Pathankot. Well, it said that the government was informed about the threat, after which security of the facility has now been strengthened. The chairman of the committee, P. Bhattacharya, told reporters that the government handed over the security of the airbase to the CRPF, BSF and the army. The committee also claimed that it did not favour the idea of the government bringing the intelligence branch of Pakistan to Delhi. Now, a 5-member joint investigation team from Pakistan, remember, had visited India between 27 to 31st of March to collect evidence about the attack.
Oh, they have guarded this airstrip. Kyunki some of the terrorist people, they are hiding there. And how they are hiding there, it is not my business to find out. But as we got the information from the villagers, it was seen to us, it was very clear to us that they are hiding somewhere. We have informed it to the government of India. You find out this thing. And after that, they send the military and other paramilitary forces there to find out that thing.
News from the national capital, where the anti-corruption branch filed a case in the alleged 400 crore rupees water tanker scam of the Delhi Jal Board and will question both the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and former Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit in the case if required. Now, Kejriwal lashed out at the centre for targeting him. He said that he will not get intimidated by false charges. The BJP has demanded Kejriwal's resignation over the water tanker scam. The tanker scam relates to allegations that between 2008 and 2011, the Congress government led by Sheila Dikshit bypassed rules and caused losses worth 400 crore rupees while giving tenders to water companies, allegedly at much higher rates.
एक पर्टिकुलर कंपनी को हटा के दूसरी कंपनी को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया, तो उससे लॉस हुआ, क्योंकि अगर प्रॉपर प्रोसीजर अडॉप्ट करते तो ये इतना लॉस नहीं होता। अगर ज़रूरत पड़ी तो हम दोनों से पूछताछ करेंगे। इसके अलावा जो कंसर्न लोग हैं जो इस मैटर से कनेक्टेड है, सबसे पूछताछ होगी।
मोदी जी ने बाकी सबको रेड करा के झूठे केस करके एफआईआर करके डरा दिया, धमका दिया। अकेला मैं खड़ा हूं चट्टान की तरह, जो मोदी जी के कुकर्मों के खिलाफ आवाज उठा रहा हूं और उसके खिलाफ संघर्ष कर रहा हूं।
आपने उस पर कोई एफआईआर नहीं की, आपने उस पर कोई कॉग्निजेंस नहीं लिया, आपने कोई इस पर एक्शन नहीं लिया। इसका मतलब आपकी मैलाफाइड इंटेंशन है और आप उसमें पूरी तरह से इन्वॉल्व हैं।
News coming in from Uttar Pradesh, where the Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav has rejected a CBI probe into the Mathura violence case in which 29 people, including an SP and an SHO, were killed in the violence. The BJP has Akhilesh Yadav has said that the BJP was unnecessarily hyping the issue. Well, news coming in from the West Bengal, where the CPM has said that now there are signs of growing oppression to the Congress's tie-up. This time, the left front has decided not to invite Congress to a protest rally due to price rise in the state. It has invited other parties, but the Congress has not been invited. Remember, a member of the party had earlier quit, saying that she had a problem with the Congress's tie-up with the CPM. But and in News at 10, we'll take a very short break. We'll be back with more news.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries. Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m.
How are you really going to bring about a balancing act between the hardline and the moderate groups?
The Prime Minister has said, whatever my party president has said, is the line that which we are going to adopt.
Another trouble for the BJP is Varun Gandhi. At the National Executive, he saw his posters plastered across the city. Apparently, Modi ji didn't like this fact.
When these enthusiast supporters do something like that, they don't realize that they can, rather than doing good for their leader, they can do harm for the leader.
Watch To The Point with BJP National Secretary and spokesperson Siddharth Nath Singh only on Rajya Sabha television.
The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand.
Welcome back. Now, in a boost to India's bid for an NSG membership, China for the first time has said that the door was open for discussions on the issue. However, China also pushed for Pakistan's bid to join the group, defending the country's nuclear record. The discussions on India's membership will now take place in an expert-level meeting today ahead of the plenary session in Seoul.
India's hopes of making it to the nuclear suppliers group became more realistic after China changed its stance on India, saying doors were open for discussions on the issue. Just on Monday, Beijing had said that India's application to join the group was not on the agenda of the bloc's annual plenary scheduled to meet this week in Seoul. China, which leads a group of nations opposing India's membership, however, asked the 48-member NSG to stay focused on whether the criteria should be changed for entry of non-NPT countries into the elite group. China is also pushing for its ally Pakistan's bid to join the group and defended the country's non-proliferation record. China argued that any exemption to India for NSG entry should also be given to Pakistan. Pakistan had applied for NSG membership a week after India submitted its membership application. Meanwhile, the US has once again expressed its complete support to India's bid and requested other NSG members to consider India's application in the plenary meet.
We believe, and this has been U.S. policy for some time, that India is ready for membership, and the United States calls on participating governments to support India's application at the plenary later this week.
To further push India's bid, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be meeting Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Tashkent on Thursday. India has asserted that being a signatory to the NPT is not essential for joining the NSG, as there has been a precedent in this regard, citing the case of France. A seat at the NSG would strengthen India's geopolitical clout and help it capitalize on nuclear trade and technology transfer opportunities. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
On to the big international story now. North Korea has tried but failed in its latest attempt to fire two powerful new medium-range Musudan missiles. Now, with an estimated range of 3,000 kilometers, the missile's range covers the whole of South Korea and Japan, as well as the US military bases on Guam. The test comes after Pyongyang's fourth nuclear test and a long-range rocket launch that saw the United Nations Security Council impose its toughest sanctions to date on the country. Another missile test by North Korea, disregarding warnings by Pentagon and its neighbors. Pyongyang tested two missiles, both powerful intermediate-range Musudans. While the first was a failure, the fate of the second one was unclear. The Musudans have a range of 3,000 kilometers that can easily hit South Korea, Japan, and the US base of Guam.
우리 정부는 북한의 미사일 추가 발사 가능성을 염두에 두고 관련 징후를 면밀히 추적하고 있습니다. 만약에 북한이 미사일을 또 추가 발사한다면 그것은 국제사회의 거듭된 경고를 무시하는 것이 되고 또 유엔 안보리 결의를
North Korea made at least 4 previous attempts this year to test this type of missile. First unveiled as an indigenous missile at a military parade in Pyongyang in October 2010, the Musudan was never successfully flight tested. South Korea condemned the test, while Japan said it would shoot down any missile if its trajectory was over the country.
이것은 결국 북한을 더욱더 국제사회로부터 고립시키는 것이 될 것이고, 만약 그 경우에는 정부로서는 우방국들과 함께 유엔 등의 조치를 취할 예정입니다.
Earlier this year, North Korea conducted a nuclear test and a space rocket launch that led to UN Security Council tightening sanctions against it. But undeterred, Pyongyang has continued a series of weapons-related activities. Interestingly, during the 18 years of Kim Jong-un's reign in North Korea, the country conducted 18 missile tests. But within just 4 years, his son, the younger Kim, has overseen 26 missile launches.
Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
More international news now in the World Wrap. Ahead of Britain's EU referendum, the Leave and Stay sides traded blows at the Wembley Arena before an audience of 6,000 people. The great debate featured almost 2 hours of questions on immigration, the economy and sovereignty. The debate, the biggest of the EU referendum campaign, represented a final chance for the two campaigns to get their points across ahead of tomorrow's poll. Air France's pilot unions have cancelled a 4-day strike scheduled for later this week after reaching an agreement on working conditions. Now, 3 trade unions said that the management of Air France has agreed to suspend measures that would have resulted in salary cuts and staff reductions. The pilots' last strike, which grounded around 20% of flights on 11th to 14th of June, hit France as it was gripped by social unrest over a series of disputed labour reforms the President Francois Hollande government is trying to enforce. Iraq's elite military force says that it has made significant progress in purging Islamic State from the city of Fallujah after a joint offensive killed 2,500 militants. However, a US military commander in Baghdad has said that Iraqi forces had cleared only a third of the city and the rest remains contested. Iraq's Prime Minister had announced Fallujah's liberation on Friday after the city council building was retaken. 2 men from California were found guilty of plotting to provide material support to the Islamic State militant group, with one of them going so far as to attempt to travel to the Middle East to join them. Now, a federal court convicted the two after a 2-week trial. The pair were arrested last week. On to some sporting action news from the Euro Cup, where Northern Ireland joined Germany and Poland in the last 16 of the European Championship on Tuesday after finishing as one of the best third-placed teams, while Croatia ended Spain's 14-game unbeaten run at the European Championship since losing to Portugal in Euro 2004.
In the first match of Tuesday, Germany's Mario Gomez scored in the first half to secure a 1-0 win over a stubborn Northern Ireland side and a place in the last 16 of the Euro 2016 as Group C winners.
Just inside the opening half an hour,
Although the world champions wasted countless chances, with Thomas Müller notably hitting the woodwork twice, they were never threatened by the Irish. Northern Ireland lost the game, but they still managed to sail through to the next round on goal difference. They will now meet either Wales or France for a place in the quarterfinals. In another encounter, a second-half strike by substitute Jakub booked Poland's ticket into the last 16 and sent hapless Ukraine home without a point.
Picture goal for Jakub Blaszczykowski.
Fiorentina veteran Jakub scored minutes from his introduction at half-time to decide the tie. Ukraine became the first side to be eliminated from Euro 2016. Meanwhile, Turkey kept alive their faint hopes of reaching the last 16 and eliminated the Czech Republic with a hard-fought victory in Lens. A neat finish from Burak Yilmaz put them ahead, prompting Czech pressure, which saw Thomas Sivok hit the post.
It's a wonderful start for Turkey. Their first goal in France.
Volkan Babakan made a string of saves before Ozan Tufan smashed in from 10 yards to move Turkey third in Group D. After defeats against Croatia and Spain in the first 2 games, the win has rejuvenated Turkish hopes. Arguably, the biggest surprise of the tournament came on the final fixtures day for Group D, when Spain were beaten 2-1 by Croatia.
Boy, is Morata going to claim it?
Alvaro Morata's early strike got Spain off to a flying start, but Croatia battled back to equalize before half-time through Nikola Kalinic.
At this European Championship.
Midfielder Ivan Perisic struck its sensational winner 3 minutes from time to end Spain's 14-game unbeaten run at the European Championship. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
That's all in this edition of News, but news and updates continue on your channel. Thanks for watching.